I thought we'd go ahead and do some ab work today. So let's come into child's pose. We'll integrate the same way, and then start to get a little ab fired up here. So come together with your toes touching, knees as wide or wider than your mat. Extend your hands forward. Spread your fingers out very wide and press down and forward with your base knuckles and with the tips of your fingers. Start to deepen your breath. Take a few really deep breaths of the first few and clear out any stale air that's in your lungs. Any air that's been sitting there all day. Start to loosen up. Feel your ribs spread apart, all 360 degrees. In your child's pose here, squeeze your hands together. This is going to be isometric movements. They don't come off the mat. Squeeze your hands together on the mat. And if you can feel the inside of your arms light up. Now press your hands down and forward and start to push them out. And you can feel the outside of your arms fire up. So the key to the arm engagement in this pose and down dog and any other that we have our hands on the ground is to be pushing together and pulling apart at the same time. If that doesn't really make sense, that's fine. Give it a try. And if you're not really feeling it, that's all right. You'll have many other opportunities to give this a go and get that arm bone integration working. Spread your toes out on your mat and press the tops of your feet down. And then it'll be the same story with your feet. So push them together and pull them apart at the same time. And you'll get your muscles peeled onto the bone. And that'll give you that integration where your bones go right into their sockets there. And that'll make you strong and long and able to use your abs. As well as your abs makes that whole motion easier. So let's come on up to our hands and knees with an inhale. And tuck your toes under so you're planting your heels in the wall behind you. And start to take that same action here in your tabletop pose. So press your knees and your hands together and then push them apart. And see if you can find an area in the middle where they're both pulling apart and pushing together. What will help you with this is once you're getting that motion, pick the pit of your belly right below your belly button, in and up, and bring those front ribs together. You can feel your shoulder blades spread apart a bit. And then pulling the heels of your hands towards your knees so you can open your heart up to the wall in front of you. So there's a lot of isometric action going on in your hands and in your legs. And from that motion, you can pick up and hold your belly. And now inhale your right hand long in front of you. Stretch your fingertips out and rotate your arm bone in. So you can rotate it in so that your shoulder integrates, even though you have that one hand off the ground. And now that you've got your right arm, pick up your left leg and extend it behind you. Squeeze your outer hips together and press all your energy out through that heel. Big inhale to reach out, and exhale, bring your knee and elbow together, allowing your back to round underneath you. Inhale, press out. Exhale, bring your belly in and slowly pull your knee and elbow together like you're running through molasses here. Inhale out. Exhale, come together and release. Now push your hands together and pull them apart again. Firm back up in this tabletop pose. And then inhale your left hand forward. Stretch it out. Roll that shoulder in again to get your arm bone integration. And then inhale your right leg long behind you. Pull up with your abs. Pull those front ribs together. Be firm and strong. And then exhale. Slowly bring your knee and elbow together underneath you. Inhale to extend out. And exhale to slowly pull together underneath you. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, slowly pull together and release. Take a few cat-cows here. Inhale, lift your heart and collarbones and your hip bones. And exhale, round into cat. Pulling your belly button to spine. Take a few more of these cat-cows on your own. Being conscious of how your hands and your knees are pushing and pulling together underneath you. Send your breath into your abs and any other part of your body that needs some more movement. Start to warm up, matching your breath to motion. We'll finally come to a neutral spine and curl your toes and press up into down dog. You can walk your hands a little bit farther apart from each other. You may have a bit of a cramped stance coming up from that tabletop pose. Take a look at your hands and make sure your pointer fingers are pointing directly forward at 12 o'clock to the front of your mat. Then press through the L shape that your first finger and thumb make. Press down and forward and push your hands together. And now extend out through your pinkies and pull your hands apart with the outside of your hand. Do the same thing with your feet here. Push them together, bringing your inner ankles back, and then pull them apart, bringing your outer ankles down. You can do these actions, so inhale, push together, and exhale, pull apart, or the reverse. Using your breath will help you to pair those opposing motions together. Fire up all of your limbs. And from that strength in your limbs, you can bring your strong core in and up and raise your tailbone higher. And allow your head to drop down, having your neck swing free. Inhale, look forward between your hands. And exhale, come to the top of your mat. And hang in a ragdoll pose with your feet 2 fists apart. Grabbing your opposite elbows with the other hand. And breathe here in your ragdoll. You can take some swaying back and forth. Nod your head no and yes. Shake out your spine. We'll return to your workouts for the week. Go ahead and switch your grip on your arms. And continue to sway gently. Push your feet together and pull them apart on your mat here. And it's the same motion in both of these inversions. So down dog also being an inversion where your heart is, or your head gets lower than your heart. So same motion in the feet, and that'll give you more of your legs and more of your abs. And release your grip and heel toe your feet together. Inhale to halfway lift, pressing your hands into your shins and your thigh bones toward the wall behind you. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extending your spine super long. And exhale to fold. And now on your full inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Bringing your arms overhead. Inhale, look up between your hands and push them together and then pull them apart. So like you're holding a beach ball and then like you're pressing and just imagine somebody pressing into your hands and you pressing back out to them. So you can get that strong and straight limb engagement even here when you're not touching anything. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We'll open with 1 Om. So take a big inhale, then we'll Om. Om. Inhale, reach up, look up, extend long through your hands, ground down through your feet, and then exhale, fold softly. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step back to high plank. Push your hands and feet together on the mat, and then pull them apart. See if you can breathe into, or experiment with this, see if you can breathe into your back and keep your belly held in even when you're taking an inhale. And now come on down to your forearms. So we're in our forearm plank now. You want your arms shoulder width apart, hands straight forward like 11s. This is too tough on your shoulders. You can bring your hands together. So you're in a triangle there. Squeeze your elbows together. Fire up your quads and tuck the front of your pelvis up as you descend your tailbone toward your heels. Now turn your left arm in so it's at a right angle to your right hand and roll over on the outside of your left foot and inhale your right arm high. Squeeze your elbow towards your heel and your heel toward your elbow to fire up your obliques. And then float your right leg up. Spread all 10 of your toes to help engage the little muscles on the outsides of your legs here. And then come down, release. Back in our low plank. Inhale to lengthen and press out. Exhale to hug in. Then turn your right hand to face your left arm. And come on over to the outside of your right foot. Inhaling your left hand high. Bring your shoulder blade tips together on your back so you can propel your heart through your shoulder bones. Then float your left leg up. And exhale, release, come to your forearm plank. Press back up to a high plank and hold. Press down through your fingertips. And then inhale to rock forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press down to the tops of your feet to lift your chest up. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's flow, guys. Vinyasa, 1 breath per movement, Sun A series. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale to step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press those thigh bones back. Then exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Let's go through that twice more. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, up, reach up, press down to lift up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, high plank to low plank, digging in with your fingers. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. And now for our last Sun A. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, go up. Take a little back bend at the top. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Before we do our sun bees, let's do walk in your hands a bit to get a shorter down dog. Maybe your heels are on the ground, maybe they're not. Anyway, take your right hand and reach for the outside of your left ankle. Press down firmly through all the finger pads in your left hand so you can do this. And bring your front ribs together as you turn to look under your left armpit. And release. Place your right hand in line with your left. Now take your left hand and reach for the outside of your right ankle. Press down firmly through the knuckles on your right hand to take weight out of your wrist as you turn to look under your right armpit up at the ceiling. If your hips are going over to the right, bump them back over to the left to square up. And release your left hand down. Walk your hands back out about 6 inches to a foot. So you're back in your down dog, and push your hands and feet together and then pull them apart. Do another breath cycle, push them together and pull them apart. And now let's flow through our sun bees. Once again, one breath per movement here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift and exhale to fold. Inhale on up into chair, just one breath here, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, step or jump back, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, keep your elbows in, and exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward, left heel spins down, inhale up to warrior one, and exhale to stay. Press down through the four corners of both of your feet and bring your left shoulder, you can circle it in to get that arm in the joint, or get your ball socket in there. Swing your arm in forward and press through your left heel so you can bring your ribs around and be square with the front of your body. Lift up just as much through your fingertips as you are pressing down through your feet. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, flow down, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward, inhale up to warrior one on this side, and hold. You can rotate that right arm a bit to get your integration on this side, and press through your right heel to rotate the entire side of your body around, squaring you up with the front of the room. Press down through your feet just as much as you lift up through your fingertips to grow long in your side bodies. Inhale, reach up, look up, and exhale, flow down, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, hips high, down dog. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale your hands high and sit your booty low into chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, claw down with your knuckles and fingertips. Hips high, down dog. Right foot steps forward, inhale up to warrior one, and exhale, hands to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward right away, inhale up, squeeze your heels together, and exhale your hands to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Let's go through one more of those sun bees. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale on up into chair, And exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high down dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale as you come up, warrior one. And exhale, hands to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. Left foot steps forward. Inhale as you rise, reach those fingertips up. And exhale, flow down, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Woohoo! Now that we're all nice and sweaty and warm, let's get into a little bit more of this ab work. Inhale your left heel high. Exhale to press down through both of your hands equally, spiraling your left armpit back down if it's come up a little bit. Inhale, lift it higher, engage that hamstring. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Push your hands together, pull them apart. And then inhale, bring your heel back up. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale to stay. Exhale, drop it down to your wrist. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, drop it down to your wrist. Inhale it back up. Exhale, drop. And then kick back behind you, three-legged dog. Push your hands together, pull them apart. Bring your abs in, create that stability on the whole front side of your body, holding you up off the ground. Then exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow. Drop it down to your right wrist. Bring it back up to your elbow. And now kick back up. Wait a minute. Yeah, keep it lifted behind you. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step it between your hands. Inhale your left hand up for an easy twist. Bring the pit of your belly in and up so you can press down equally through both of your feet and pull the outside of your left hip back as you push the outside of your right hip forward. You should be getting a big glute stretch on your left side. And as you drop your hips lower by engaging your abs more, you can get a stretch along the front of your right leg as well. And bring your left hand down, bring your right knee down, and push back into a half split. Pull the outside of your left hip back, push the outside of your right hip forward, and take a couple of foot flexes. So point those toes, then bring them back toward your shin. Point those toes, bring them back toward your shin, and then come back up to your low lunge, and inhale on up to a crescent. So just like an easy twist here, we want to be pressing down through our feet, engaging those abs so you can pull the outside of your left hip back, the outside of your right hip forward. Then bring your hands to heart center and twist over to the left. Bring your front ribs together as you push into your hands. And make sure you're pushing into these base knuckles and the tips of your fingers. Take the weight out of your wrists even here, and you can feel the inside of your arms fire up. Now look down at your left foot and bring your right to step up in line with it. We're now in a chair twist. Bring the pit of your belly in and up so you can extend the crown of your head forward. And from that motion, you can extend your hips back toward the wall behind you and press through your heels to stay stable in this chair twist. Release your twist. Inhale, come to center. We're in regular chair now. And exhale to sink lower. Pull your hands together. And now push the backs of them out like someone's trying to sandwich them together with their hands. From this strong integration, press through your heels and sink your hips a little bit lower. And release, forward fold. Split your feet apart about 2 fists. Then slide your upturned hands underneath your feet. Take a gorilla pose here. Tuck your chin softly. Bring your weight into the balls of your feet. And use the traction of your hands under your feet to get some distance between the vertebrae and your spine. Breathe into that separation and let your head and neck hang loose here. Release your hands and heel toe your feet together. And now take your hands with your fingers spread out as wide as they'll go. Your pointer fingers 12 o'clock to the front of your mat. And bring your knees to the backs of your arms. Set up for crow here. So squeeze before you lift your feet up. Squeeze your hands together on the mat. And then push down through the outsides of them. Pull it apart. And then lean forward with your gaze and your chest. Pick up one foot, then the other. And squeeze the inner edges of your feet together. Feel all of your abs just light up here. And I'm going to invite you to all try a push back into low plank directly from crow. And even if you don't get it, even if you just fall on your belly, that's awesome. And we'll do our vinyasas through however we make them and meet back in down dog. So inhale, look forward. At the bottom of your exhale, shoot back into low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. Woo! And I'm going to take a couple breaths here in down dog so we can all make it there, however we get there from that crow. Then inhale your right heel high. Press down equally through both of your hands, spinning that right armpit back down if it crept up. Then exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Take an inhale, push your hands together. Exhale, pull them apart. Then inhale your right heel high again. Exhale, bring your knee to your right knee to your right elbow. Then exhale, drop it down to your wrist. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale it up. And then kick behind you for three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow. And let it drop to your wrist. Back up to your elbow. Down to your wrist. Up to your elbow. And then kick it up behind you. Push down through your hands. Recommit to that three-legged dog. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. And step through for an easy twist. Once again, bring the pin of your belly in and up and your front ribs together and down towards your pelvis. Now press down firmly through both feet and pull the outside of your right hip back. Let your hip strap low for an additional stretch all along the front of your left quad. And exhale, bring your right hand down. Place your left knee on the ground and push back into a half split. Bring your belly in so you can pull your right hip back and push your left hip forward. And inhale, bring your toes toward your shin. And exhale, point them away from you. Inhale, flex. Exhale, extend. Keep your abs in while you're doing this. Inhale into your back flex. Exhale, point and extend. And now come back into your low runner's lunge. Press down through your feet to inhale up to crescent lunge. Reach up through those fingertips just as much as you press down through your feet. And bring your hands to heart center and twist over to the right. Continue to pull the outside of your right hip back and push the outside of your left hip forward. Press down through your fingertips to light up the insides of your arms. So you can turn to look over your right shoulder. Now turn and look down next to your right foot. Put your weight into that foot and step your left up to meet it. We're now in our chair twist. Press your hip bones away from each other and back toward the wall behind you. Push down and out through your feet and extend your heart forward. Inhale and come to center, butt low, arms high. And exhale, forward fold over your feet. And split them apart, 2 fists, and slide your feet back under them. Let's take another gorilla pose. Release that mind, heel toe your feet together, and go for your second crow. Remember to squeeze your elbows in. Squeeze the inner edges of your feet together and look way forward. Tilt from this leaning forward. You can tilt your tailbone higher up to the ceiling using your nice strong abs. One more big inhale, look forward. At the bottom of your next exhale, shoot back into your low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, downward dog. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale to step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing, bringing your arms overhead. And then press down firmly through the 4 corners of your left foot. Bring your front ribs together as you inhale your right knee up into your chest. Press your hands together and squeeze your, too much. Press your hands together in the air and squeeze your outer hips together so you can lift up even more through your fingertips. And then bring your right hand to the outside of your right knee and start to open up. Turning to bring your gaze over to your left thumbnail. And if you can reach your foot and you want to straighten your leg, that's another option in the standing leg raise. And then release, come to center. Inhale, both hands high overhead, kick your right heel out, and then exhale, hinge back into airplane. Reaching behind you with that right heel. Reaching through your strong fingertips. And squeeze your pinkies together on your back for additional stability, which I'm not finding a lot of in this pose today, but we all have our days. Inhale, release, come to center, raise that knee back up. And exhale, bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee and open up to the right for dancing Shiva. Woo! My balance is really bad today, y'all. That's okay. There's some sort of yogic learning in that, I'm sure. Holy smokes. And you can release and come back to center and set your right foot down. Now let's do it all over again on the other side. So press down firmly through the four corners of your right foot and inhale your arms overhead. Bring your left knee up into your chest as you do so. Spread the toes on both feet. And then bring your left hands to the outside of your left leg and open on up to either side, bringing your gaze over to your right thumbnail. And release, come to center. Inhale your hands up. Kick your left heel out toward the wall in front of you. And then exhale, hinge back for airplane pose. Squeeze those pinkies together behind you and extend through your left heel like you're kicking through the wall behind you. And release, come up. Stand all the way up again, bringing your left knee up into your chest. Then bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee and bringing your abs up and in to hold you there. Turn to look over your left shoulder. And release, come to center and put both feet flat on the ground. And now let's set up for dancer. So inhale your arms overhead, bring your abs up and in, and take your right hand and turn it out, catching your right ankle from the inside. Bend your left knee slightly so you can get your knee and hip all in a line here. And just kind of square up your hip. And then start to hinge forward and kick into your right hand. And finally engage the quadriceps on both your legs so you can straighten out that left leg. Bring your gaze high up on the wall in front of you to think about lifting up as you inhale and kicking back into your hand as you exhale. Inhale to expand and exhale to contract and kick. And release, set your right foot down. Set up for dancer on the left. Inhale your right hand high. Turn your left out to the side and catch your left leg from the inside. Bend your right knee slightly to get your hips in line. And then start to kick and hinge. Walking your gaze up high on the wall in front of you to create some natural lift in your body before you even have to use more muscles than your little eyeball muscles. Whatever those are called. We're not actors, kid, I should probably know that. And also they're just eyeball muscles tonight. Woo! If you fall out as I'm demonstrating, just come right back in. You'll be okay. And release your foot down. Inhale, reach up, press down to the four corners of both your feet. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pull your chest through your shoulders. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. Now inhale your left heel high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step it through next to your left hand, coming on up to a warrior one. Inhale to reach up and exhale to sink your hips down and press your toes away from each other as you hug your heels together. Now clasp your hands at your low back and inhale, raise your chest up and exhale, fold on the inside of your left knee for humble warrior. Continue to squeeze your inner thighs and your heels together in this pose to get more stability in your legs. Pulling back with your left hip and forward with your right. Inhale, come up, pulling your knuckles behind you to stand up. Raise your hands overhead. And exhale, open up to a warrior two. Squeeze those heels together and sink down into your front leg. Continue to pull back with the outside of your left hip. Push forward with your right hip. Inhale, go up and back, straightening your front leg. Then exhale, reach forward and come down into triangle pose. Press down to the big toe ball mound on your left foot and press down through your outer ankle on that same foot. Now, since we want to do a little extra ab work today, bring your left hand up by your left ear. Continue to press down through your feet and engage that left oblique to stay here. Then bring your right arm by your right ear. Press back through your tailbone and out through the crown of your head with a softly tucked chin to lengthen out so you can engage your abs and stay here. And then turn and fold over your left leg. Step your right foot into the side slightly for pyramid pose. Inhale to halfway lift, popping your booty out and your chest forward. And exhale to fold over your front leg. Squeezing those feet together, squeezing your inner thighs together. So you can lift your tailbone higher and fold deeper, keeping your abs in and keeping your front ribs together the whole time. Tuck your chin softly so the crown of your head can release towards your toes. Excuse me. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, twist open, lifting your left hand up for a twisted triangle. Straighten completely through your front leg, and bump your hips on over to the right, so you have the room it takes to spin your right rib cage up and under, and up and up to the ceiling. And release, fold over your left leg. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, high to low plank, pulling the heels of your hands back toward your hip bones. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high to down dog. Inhale your right heel high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Hold. And then step it through by your right hand. Spinning your left heel down and coming on up into warrior one. Exhale to sink down low onto that front foot. Bringing the outside of your right hip back and lifting up strong through those fingertips. And now clasp your hands behind you with the opposite thumb on top, the funny one. And inhale your heart high, squeezing your inner thighs together as you do so. And exhale, fold on the inside of your right leg. Continuing to bring the outside of your hip back and using the strong push of your left heel to propel your left hip forward. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale as you come up, pressing your knuckles back toward the wall behind you. And exhale to sink down. Inhale your arms high. And exhale, open up to warrior two. Press through that knife blade edge with that left foot. So you can squeeze your inner thighs together and sink down into your right leg, using your strong glutes to keep you here. Inhale, go up and back, reverse your warrior, straighten that leg. And exhale, come into triangle pose. Press to the big toe ball mound on your right foot and ground down through the outside of your right heel. Continue to press to that whole outer edge of your left foot. Inhale your right arm up by your right ear. Reach through those fingertips as you reach back through your hip bones. Those opposing motions will give you your abs so you can stay here. And then bring your left arm by your left ear. Grow long through your side bodies as you squeeze your hands together. And then inhale, stand all the way up. Turn your toes in toward the left side of your mat. Bring your front ribs together as you reach your hands up. And then with a flat back, fold on down for a side-facing, wide-legged forward bend. And start to walk your hands to the opposite edge of your mat behind you. Bring a soft bend to your knees, spread your toes out, and press out through your feet before you start to straighten your knees again to raise your hips up. You want the bend to be coming from your hips so that the whole back side of your legs can open up and your head can drop down. You can get daylight in between each vertebrae on your spine. Walk your hands around to your right foot. Step your left foot in and ground down firmly through both heels as you inhale to a halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold, allowing the crown of your head to drop down heavy. Squeeze your inner thighs together and lift your tailbone up toward the ceiling. Inhale to halfway lift, spine grows long, and exhale to twist open, twisting triangle. Bump your booty on over to the left and spiral your left rib cage underneath you as you turn to look up at your right thumbnail. And release, fold down. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, take a vinyasa through, and we'll meet in down dog. So that's your push up, your upward facing dog, and then your hips high to down dog. Now drop down on your knees and set up for camel pose. So your knees will be hips width apart, toes tucked under or feet flat, whichever floats your boat today. And then squeeze your knees together isometrically on the ground. And from that squeezing together, lift up through the crown of your head, so high your spine is straight and strong. Bring those front ribs in together, and then lift up through your fingertips. Turn your pinkies in slightly and squeeze that beach ball together. And then start to inhale up and go back with your exhales. Inhale to stretch and exhale to get into your back bend. Inhale to stretch, exhale back bend. Then inhale, come all the way up and sit back on your feet with your hands facing up. Find a spot on the wall to look at and just breathe for a minute. And now come back up for your second camel. You can do arms overhead again, or put your hands in your back pockets, or start to reach for your heels. So choose your arm variation, up, pockets, or heels. Then inhale your chest up and squeezing your outer hips in and your inner thighs in. Start to go back, finding that back bend. Inhale, come all the way back up carefully. And exhale to sink back onto your heels, hands up. Find that spot to gaze at again. And breathe into your back, and breathe into your heart. Breathe into your entire rib cage. And then swing your legs forward and come on down to your back. And set up for yogi bicycles. So bring your low belly in, exhale all your air out. And at the bottom, you can feel your low abs suck in. Keep those babies there and breathe into your back as you bring your knees up on top of your hips and your fingertips behind your ears. Inhale, reach your right elbow for your right knee, for left knee, and exhale, come back to center. Inhale, twist, exhale, center. Inhale to twist, exhale, center, and keep going at this pace. We'll do these for a little while, so get comfortable with them. You spiral your inner thighs toward each other and back toward the wall in front of you to get more of that hip integration. And we usually do these with an exhale on the twist. And I want to do an inhale today to help out with getting that low ab engagement. So we stop breathing into our bellies and breathe more into our backs. It's like 70% of your lung capacity or something is in your back. And if we keep doing belly breathing, we never get strong, sexy abs. So just switching it up a little bit today. All in the name of strong, sexy abs. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bring your knees into your chest. Capture the backs of your legs and start to rock and roll and rock and roll and come into a half pigeon on your right side. As you're setting up, pull your right hip back and use the top of your left foot to push that hip forward before folding down over your right leg. Another great place to exercise with take the exercise of breathing into your back here, as we're already naturally bowed over our front leg, and it becomes easier to explore all that lung capacity on the back side of our bodies in a pose like this. Relax your face, relax your jaw, and breathe. Slowly press up and switch sides. Bring your left leg around, extending your right behind you. Keep your right foot flexed to protect your knee and press through the top, your left foot flexed, and press through the top of your right foot to help bring your left hip back and your right forward before you fold over your left leg. Press one up to a seat. Extend your legs long in front of you, moving your, Batinsky out from underneath your sit bones. And inhale, reach up, press those hands together one more time, and then lean forward over your legs. Inhale to halfway lift, pressing your sit bones down and bringing your heart forward. And then exhale, fold again, letting the crown of your head drop down. Inhale, roll slowly up. And make your way onto your back and set up for a supine twist. I'm going to do my left side first. You can do your left or your right. Bring whichever knee you choose up under your armpit. Give it a squeeze, wiggle it around a bit. And then exhale, bring it across to the opposite side of your body. So I'm doing left knee to right side. Then turn and look over your thumbnail. Tuck your shoulder blades under your body. And the goal here is to start working down and to get both of your shoulder blades on the ground. That might mean your knee comes up a little bit higher, and that's all right. Starting the twist from your upper back and committing to it is really the goal of the supine twist. You've got so much more ability there than in your lower back, and starting there is safer for you. Come to center, switch sides, bring the other knee up into your armpit, give it a nice squeeze, roll it around, and then exhale, bring your knee across your body and turn to look over the opposite hand. Once again, wiggle that shoulder blade underneath you, even if your knee comes up a bit as you do so. Release, come to center. Bring your knees, both knees in your chest, and give yourself one final squeeze. And then open on up into your Shavasana. Release your breathing, release any of your muscles. Let your eyes remain closed and let the ground hold you up. We'll all finish practice up here together in a minute after our deep rest. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle out your wrists and ankles. Pull your head side to side. And keeping your eyes softly closed, roll on over to either your right or left side. And still keeping your eyes closed. Press on up to a seat. And bring your hands to heart center. Press down through your sit bones to lift the crown of your head up tall. And keep your abs up and in. And we'll close with one final Om. Inhaling for Om. Inhale your thumbs to your third eye center. Press your forehead to your thumbs and your thumbs back into your forehead. The light in me sees and bows to the light in each one of you. Namaste. Woohoo. Oh. Yay, Monday.